Within every trader lies a silent battlefield, a realm where no candlestick chart, no economic report, and no market fluctuation holds sway. This is not a war fought in the external world of price action or technical indicators, but in the intricate, often treacherous terrain of the human mind. It is a ceaseless struggle between two opposing forces: greed, with its intoxicating promises of instant wealth, rapid success, and the thrill of unrelenting action, and patience, with its quiet, unassuming call for restraint, discipline, and unwavering commitment to the long game. This internal conflict is the crucible in which every trader is forged. And while many believe their greatest challenge lies in predicting market movements or mastering complex strategies, the truth is far more profound. Their true adversary is the choice between these two voices, each pulling them toward a different destiny. Before we continue, make this commitment. This channel isn't about quick fixes. It's about developing traders with mental strength and discipline. If that resonates with you, join us. Subscribe now so you don't miss any of our upcoming videos. Stay until the end and keep progressing with us. One mindset shift at a time. This video isn't just another trading video. It's a mirror for your mindset. Like now, comment what resonates, and stay until the end. Because one idea here could change how you think and how you trade. Let's go. Every trader begins their journey with a dream, a vision that burns brightly, fueling their pursuit of financial markets. For some, it's the allure of escaping the soul-crushing monotony of a 9-to-5 grind, of trading fluorescent-lit cubicles for the freedom of self-determination. For others, it's the dream of a tangible reward, a sprawling dream home, a life unburdened by financial strain, or the quiet dignity of independence. Yet beneath these aspirations lies a deeper, more insidious force: impatience. In a world saturated with instant gratification, where meals arrive in minutes, information streams in milliseconds, and success is celebrated in viral snapshots, traders approach markets like Forex, stocks, or cryptocurrencies with a dangerous expectation. They see not a disciplined path but a shortcut, a golden ticket to bypass years of toil. This is it, they think. This is my chance to leapfrog the system. They crave not the steady ascent but the rocket ship to riches. And it is here, in this fertile ground of urgency, that greed takes root. Greed is a chameleon, a master of disguise that rarely reveals its true face. It doesn't always manifest as reckless gambling or overt desperation. Often it cloaks itself in virtues we admire: ambition, determination, or the fiery passion to succeed. It feels like energy, like momentum, like an unquenchable drive to seize the moment. A trader might convince themselves that their aggressive trades, their oversized positions, or their relentless market watching are signs of dedication, of an unwavering commitment to their goals. But beneath this facade lies a subtle yet destructive desire: the need for immediate results. It's not just about achieving success, it's about achieving it now, in this trade, this week, this moment. Greed whispers seductively, "Double your lot size, take one more trade." Why settle for small gains when the big win is within reach? In the early days of trading, the market can play a cruel trick, rewarding this voice with fleeting success. A novice might risk their entire account on a single trade and watch it explode into profit. The rush is electrifying, a dopamine hit that cements a dangerous belief: greed works. But this is a mirage, not unlike the early wins dangled by a casino to lure gamblers deeper into the trap. The market, like the house, knows that these initial victories are bait, feeding an addiction that will eventually lead to ruin. Patience, by contrast, is a quiet sentinel, its voice soft and unadorned. It speaks of caution, of small, calculated risks, of building wealth brick by brick rather than chasing a windfall. It urges traders to respect the process, to trust in the slow accumulation of gains, to find strength in discipline. But patience is unglamorous, its rewards distant and intangible in the moment. In a world that glorifies speed, patience feels like stagnation. The patient trader risking 1% per trade, journaling meticulously and adhering to a tested strategy, often watches their greedy counterpart celebrate quick doubles or flaunt screenshots of overnight wins. In the semiments, patience feels like a burden, a slow grind that pales in comparison to the apparent brilliance of rapid success. The patient trader risks being drowned out by the noise of comparison, where the lure of faster threatens to erode their resolve. This is the heart of the silent war. Greed's promise of speed is intoxicating, while patience's call for endurance feels like a test of faith. This internal struggle explains why so many traders find themselves trapped in a cycle of blown accounts and shattered dreams. They are not merely battling the market's unpredictability, they are wrestling with their own human nature. Greed drives them to chase shortcuts, to abandon carefully crafted plans in pursuit of fleeting highs. Reflect on your own trading journey. How many times have you deviated from your strategy because the promise of more was too tempting? How often have you entered just one more trade or widened a stop loss because you couldn't bear the thought of being wrong? These are not decisions born of logic or analysis. They're the siren song of greed, whispering that what you have, what you've planned, is never enough. Greed's destructiveness lies in its ability to warp perception. Trading is, at its core, a game of probabilities, not certainties. Success does not come from predicting the market's every move, but from executing a tested edge consistently over time. Greed, however, blinds traders to this reality. It convinces them that they can outwit randomness, that the next candle will surely move as they expect, that they can bypass risk management just this once. When these bets pay off, the trader feels invincible, their confidence inflated by the illusion of control. But when they fail, as they inevitably do, the losses are not just financial but psychological, shaking the very foundation of their discipline. Greed turns trading into a gamble, where the thrill of possibility overshadows the math of probability. Patience, in contrast, is rooted in an acceptance of uncertainty. It understands that losses are an inevitable part of the process, that not every trade will be a winner, and that profitability lies in surviving long enough for the edge to emerge. Patience doesn't fight the market's randomness. It embraces it, working within its boundaries rather than against them. It knows that a single trade is merely one note in a symphony, and that consistent, disciplined execution, protected by rigorous risk management, will eventually produce harmony. Patience is the antidote to greed's chaos, the steady hand that guides the trader through the market's storms. Yet, despite its power, patience is not intuitive. Most traders know its value. They've read the books, watched the videos, and absorbed the wisdom of mentors who preach discipline and restraint. But in the crucible of the market, when prices surge, profits flash, or losses sting, knowledge alone is not enough. Trading is not merely a test of intellect, it is a crucible for emotional resilience. The market amplifies every human impulse. The fear of missing out when a trend takes off, the envy of others' gains posted online, the desperation to recover after a losing streak. These emotions are greed's allies, drowning out the quiet voice of patience and pushing traders toward impulsive, destructive decisions. To triumph in this silent war, traders must first learn to recognize greed's voice, which is rarely overt. Sometimes it sounds rational. Just risk a little more to make up for that loss. Sometimes it's cloaked in opportunity. This setup is too good to miss. Sometimes it's disguised as comparison. Others are winning faster. You're falling behind. The key is to pause, to interrogate the impulse, to ask, is this my plan speaking, or is it greed? This moment of reflection is the first line of defense, a chance to separate emotion from logic and reclaim control. Consider two traders, Ava and Noah, each starting with $5,000. Ava, driven by greed, risks 15% per trade, chasing rapid growth to escape her day job. Noah, guided by patience, risks 1%, adhering to a strategy honed through months of backtesting. In the first month, Ava's account surges to $8,000, while Noah's creeps up to $550. Ava feels like a prodigy, her confidence soaring. Noah feels like he's crawling. By month 3, Ava's aggressive bets lead to a string of losses, wiping out her account. Noah, meanwhile, has preserved his capital and grown it to $5,600. A year later, Ava is back at square one, demoralized and starting over, while Noah's account stands at $7,200, built on steady, compounding gains. The contrast is stark. Greed promises speed but delivers ruin. Patience promises progress and delivers survival. This dynamic echoes a profound psychological experiment. The marshmallow test. Children were offered a choice: one marshmallow now or two if they waited 15 minutes. Those who waited demonstrated greater self-control and, statistically, achieved more success in life. Trading is the adult version of this test, a daily confrontation with the temptation of immediate reward versus the promise of greater gains through delay. Greed devours the marshmallow. Patience waits, trusting that the reward will come. The trader's career hinges on this choice: the fleeting thrill of quick wins or the enduring power of disciplined growth. Patience is not passive resignation. It is an active, deliberate act of self-mastery. It is the courage to sit through market noise without reacting, to resist the urge to trade when conditions are unclear, to hold a position when the plan demands it. It is the strength to walk away from the screen when emotions flare, to say no to over-leveraging, to accept a loss rather than fight it. Greed, by contrast, is all frenzy and no substance. Endless trades, constant tinkering, chasing setups that don't exist. It's the illusion of progress, a whirlwind of activity that masks a lack of discipline. The patient trader is like a hunter, still and silent in the forest, waiting for the perfect moment to strike. The greedy trader is the one thrashing through the underbrush, scaring away every opportunity. This silent war is fought in every decision, every moment of temptation. Each time you size a position, enter a trade, or set a stop-loss, you are choosing a side. The market is indifferent to your choice, but your account balance is not. To prevail, patience must become a muscle, strengthened through relentless practice. Journal your trades with brutal honesty, dissecting not just your entries and exits, but the emotions behind them. Review your mistakes, not to dwell on failure, but to uncover the moments when greed overpowered reason. Set strict rules and adhere to them, even when it feels agonizingly slow. Redefine success not as a single profitable trade, but as the ability to execute your plan flawlessly, day after day, week after week. Greed is a shapeshifter, wearing masks that make it hard to recognize. After a winning streak, it disguises itself as confidence, whispering that you've mastered the market and can afford to take bigger risks. It poses as ambition, urging you to set lofty goals that push you into trades outside your strategy. It even mimics instinct, convincing you that your gut is guiding you when it's really just fear or excitement in disguise. True instinct is a rare gift, earned through years of experience and thousands of trades. For most, what feels like intuition is merely greed's impulse dressed in certainty. Consider Sarah and Michael, two traders with identical starting capital. Sarah waits for her high-probability setups, risking 1% per trade. Michael, buoyed by early wins, believes he has a natural gift, risking 10% per trade to accelerate his growth. In week 1, Michael's account soars. Sarah's grows modestly, but by week 4, Michael's overconfidence leads to a devastating loss, while Sarah's steady discipline compounds her gains. Greed's masks, confidence, ambition, instinct, promise glory but deliver ruin. Patience, though less seductive, delivers endurance. This war is not just about trading. It is a confrontation with human nature itself. We are wired for instant rewards, a legacy of survival instincts that once drove us to seize resources before they vanished. But the market operates on a different logic, one that punishes impulsiveness and rewards those who can transcend their wiring. Patience is not natural. It is a skill carved into the psyche through discipline, repetition, and self-awareness. It requires traders to resist the market's temptations, to ignore the noise of social media wins, to find solace in the boredom of waiting. In most professions, inaction is failure. A doctor cannot pause while a patient bleeds. A soldier cannot hesitate in battle. But trading is unique. Here, doing nothing is often the most powerful action, a testament to strength rather than weakness. The greatest traders in history, figures like Warren Buffett, George Soros, or Ray Dalio, did not amass wealth through frenetic trading or reckless bets. Their success was built on patience, on waiting for rare, high-probability opportunities, and executing with precision. Buffett's famous adage, "The stock market is a device for transferring money from the impatient to the patient," is not just a quip, but a universal truth. Every impulsive trade, every deviation from the plan, is a transfer of wealth to those who wait. These traders understood that the market is not a sprint, but a marathon, a game of endurance where the patient outlasts the reckless. Patience is also a shield against the market's emotional traps. Greed thrives on fear of missing out, envy of others' gains, or the desperation to recover losses quickly. It pushes traders into revenge trading, over-leveraging, or chasing trends without confirmation. Patience, however, fosters detachment, a calm, almost meditative state where the trader observes the market without being swayed by its chaos. The patient trader knows that the market is infinite, that opportunities will always arise, that missing own trade is inconsequential in the grand arc of their career. This detachment is not apathy but mastery, the ability to act from logic rather than emotion. The silent war is eternal. Greed will never vanish. It is woven into the fabric of human desire, always ready to tempt with promises of more, faster. But patience can be cultivated, strengthened with every decision to wait, to follow the plan, to trust the process. Over time, patience becomes not just a strategy, but an identity, a way of being that transcends trading and shapes the trader's entire life. You stop seeing yourself as a gambler chasing wins, and start seeing yourself as a disciplined steward of your capital, your time, and your potential. This shift is the ultimate victory, the moment when patience becomes your natural state, and greed's whispers fade to background noise. Yet, the war is not won in a single moment. It is fought in every trade, every glance at the chart, every flicker of doubt or temptation. The strength of a trader is not measured by the absence of greed, but by the consistency with which they choose patience over it. Consider the casino, a perfect metaphor for the market's indifference. The gambler, driven by greed, chases every spin, every hand, convinced that the next bet will be the big one. The casino, however, is patient, trusting its edge to play out over countless small transactions. The gambler may win a night, but the casino wins the decade. In trading, you must decide. Are you the gambler, chasing fleeting highs, or the casino, steady and unyielding, letting the math work its magic? The hardest truth is that patience is not glamorous. It offers no adrenaline rush, no viral screenshots, no instant validation. It is quiet, methodical, even dull. But in that quiet lies the secret of survival. The traders who thrive are not those with the flashiest wins or the most complex systems, but those who embrace the slow burn of discipline. They understand that wealth is not built in a single trade, but in 1,000 small, consistent decisions. They know that the market rewards those who can wait, who can sit calmly while others panic, who can find strength in stillness. The silent war between greed and patience is not just a trading challenge, it is a mirror of the human condition, a test of who we are and who we choose to become. In the end, the traders who prevail are not those who never feel greed's pull, but those who see it, name it, and choose patience instead. They understand that trading is not about winning every battle, but about surviving long enough to win the war. They know that the market is a teacher, not a slot machine, and that its greatest lessons are reserved for those who can listen to the quiet voice of patience over the loud clamor of greed. The question is not whether you will face this war. It is which side you will fight for, and whether you will have the courage to choose the path that leads not just to profit, but to mastery.